Does your resume add up? Most resumes list what you have done in the past, your work experience and education. In reality, they are a wonderful leap of faith. After merely talking about the past, they assume that the reviewer, like an all-seeing, all-knowing God, will automatically make a connection between the job on hand to what you are looking for. In this sense, the resume is like driving a car by looking in the rear view mirror. This, as can be figured out without too much imagination, is error prone and definitely a pain in the neck. So what can you do differently? What makes a successful resume? It helps to see the resume like a mathematical equation in three parts that needs to be balanced in all the three counts. Before we start, you do need to jot down two things on a paper. They may not show up in the actual resume at any time, but they're useful. 1. What are your strengths and weaknesses? It is best not to judge the strengths as positive and the weaknesses as negative. Simply see them as traits. Under different situations, the same weakness may be a strength and vice versa. 2. What is your aspiration? What does success mean to you? Homework being over, ready to do the equation balancing in your resume? The following three need to add up. 1. Accomplishments and failures need to add up to the traits of strength and weakness. This establishes your credibility. What you say is your strength is only your strength if your accomplishments are saying the same thing. It also differentiates you from everybody else because while accomplishments may be similar, your traits are only you. This may be useful in a crowded job market. 2. Traits plus the effort to improve needs to add up to your aspiration. If you are simply looking to land a job on basis of your past accomplishments, you would be suspect. For companies and athletes, they say either they are going up or going down but never staying at the same level. The same is true for careers. In reality, plateaued careers and careers going downhill are the same thing. A career goes uphill only if you are putting in the effort to improve. This brings us to the equation to balance. It is okay for there to be a gap between your aspiration and your traits. The point is that the difference needs to add up to the improvement effort you are putting in, demonstrated improvement that you have made in the recent past. The third balance is that aspiration needs to add up to what the job has to offer. Do not assume that the job you are looking for will automatically meet your aspirations because the recruiter or the advertisement says so. You do need to establish for yourself that the job will give you a chance to move forward towards your aspiration. The covering letter accompanying the resume can be the starting point for your questions and assumptions. As you probably already figured out, the following are the bonus points in an equation well added. How self-aware are you of your traits? What is the size of your aspiration? Bigger is better, provided the next point holds. Is your effort to improve commensurate to the gap between your aspiration and your traits? And how well you are able to map your aspiration to the job on hand? To summarize, making success with your resume is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1 resume, 2 homeworks, clarity on traits, clarity on aspiration, and 3 equations to balance. So go out there and do make sure that your resume does add up on these 3 counts. Happy job hunting!